starting with a standout result for Wolverhampton Wanderers at Molineux against a faltering Liverpool. Wolves 3-0 winners, Michael.
Yeah.
What an incredible result, this.
Yeah, it's going from bad to worse for Liverpool, isn't it? Matip probably at fault there, slowing down and then in the wrong position. I don't know what he was stumbling for there or slowing his run down, but the ball comes off. And when you looked out, things like that happen. And then, as I say, goes from bad to worse, and it ends up being 2, and you thought this was even worse defending, Neil.
Yeah, I mean, just being so high, allowing the set piece to go in behind. I just think all 3 of the goals are just dreadful defending. And Liverpool, when they were going through this really successful period, they were really difficult to score against. At the moment, they're not. This is a Wolves team that scored 12 goals all season in the Premier League. They scored 3 against Liverpool today, and Jurgen Klopp still trying to figure out what's going on. I'm sure the club are, the players are, because they're a shadow of the team we've come to expect.
The drop-off is quite incredible, isn't it? It's the first time since 2012 that Liverpool have lost 3 on the spin away from home in the Premier League. Let's get the thoughts now of the Reds boss, Jurgen Klopp.
Jurgen, not the result you were after. How do you sum up today's work?
Yeah, obviously a horrible start. 2 goals which cannot happen like they happened, but we all witnessed it. It happened, and we are 2-0 down because of our own faults, mistakes. Because I think both goals we should have defended better, but it's a little bit I think we were passive in that period in the whole formation. Cannot explain it. There's no excuse for it. No explanation at the moment. It's really cannot happen like this. But we all saw it. It happened. Then you're 2-0 down. Crowd is there. Blah blah blah. But the game opens up. We get a bit of control of the game. Have played good stuff. So the second half, then I think we played for around about 45 minutes a really good away game. So first half and start of the second half was really good without scoring. So it was always clear. It looked 100% like that. Even when we had a horrible start, if we score 1 goal, this can change completely. But that's a big if, because we didn't. And that, sums it up pretty much.
What do you think needs to change?
No, concentration, whatever. The first 50 minutes, again, I cannot explain, but this is not allowed. These 50 minutes are not allowed. How we do that, and that needs to change, obviously, because then the rest, you see, we played against Wolves, who had the momentum completely on their side, but had no chance to deny us. We had to do it ourselves. So we missed relatively big chances. Goalkeeper maybe saves or stuff like this. So we were not clear enough in the last moment. But now I see the second goal. Yeah, wow. So that's the thing. We have to. I stand here again and have for the first 50 minutes I have no explanation. I'm sorry, I don't have it. That's really not possible. But for the rest, then you see, if we are not 2-0 down and we can play like we played, then we are not that much under pressure. All these kind of things, we know that. But in the end, we lost 3-0. But the goal in the second half was the first time I think they pretty much crossed the halfway line. But that's then how it is, and it's right. Like this, because when you start like this, I don't think you deserve anything in the game.
I mean, they really have hit a sticky patch of Liverpool. Just have a look at that. 3 losses and a defeat. What stands out more than anything is the goals being conceded at an alarming rate, Michael.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there's been a real change of back 4, hasn't there, especially at the centre of defence in recent weeks with lots of injuries. But there's no real excuse. Still top players playing there and still big mistakes being made all season. It's not just goals conceded, it's the amount of shots.
Yeah.
We've gone on about it for weeks and weeks now, how these type of results, sadly, from a Liverpool point of view, aren't a surprise anymore. And it's incredible how it happened. It happened not so long ago in the COVID hit season. Liverpool just couldn't buy a result. And it was like a shadow over the team. And then they bounced back and it was just a one-off season. And now Liverpool are back in that season again and in need of bouncing back and rekindling that old flame.
I'm just as alarmed as the goal scored. I mean, they've scored 1 goal in 4 games away from home.
And none in the last 3, by the way.
That's very un-Liverpool. We're talking that They're a bit weak in midfield. They're missing Van Dijk at the back, but we'd still expect them to be able to create opportunities and score goals. And Jurgen Klopp said he thought it was a good away performance for 45 minutes without scoring. Well, they're a team that we've come to assume will score goals, but they're struggling to at the moment.
I've got to point you towards the next fixture for Liverpool, considering what we've seen today from Everton at home to Arsenal. For the Merseyside derby, things have switched quite dramatically.
Before today's game.
Well, a week ago, I was really not looking forward to that game, but I am now. Everton look like a team with new life, with new desire and a more suited way of playing, and Liverpool aren't scoring and are conceding. So on paper, it looks like Everton are going into this, despite being in the bottom three, in a much fresher and stronger position, but derbies can change seasons. Derbies, form goes out the window. So it'll be about who turns up on the day, but I'm more positive now than I was last week.
We end on a smiling note from Leon. Leon, great to see you. Michael, good to see you too.